Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Are you a coffee lover? Because I am. But if you're not, that's totally okay. But don't leave yet because you don't want to miss what's going down today. There are so many coffee shops nowadays and so many ways to make different kinds of coffee. It's so overwhelming to decide what kind of coffee I want to make and how you want it to taste. I drink coffee every day and there's not a single day that I don't miss. And I generally make it the same every day as well. I also worked as a barista for over a year, so I know what good coffee actually tastes like. So today I will be making and buying 4 different types of coffee. And one of them isn't here today, but it'll come soon. And I will determine what kind of coffee is my personal favorite. Even if you're not a coffee drinker, this is a good chance for you to give recommendations to all your coffee loving friends. So today we will be taste testing French press coffee, which is right here. We will be taste testing a cup of Keurig coffee and Starbucks espresso and Starbucks cold brew bought from Fred Meyer's. So let's begin by making a cup of French press coffee. So first I will be taste testing French press coffee. We are making French press coffee with the specially roasted coffee by the Rock House. This is great coffee, by the way. If you don't know what a French press is, it looks like this. It's creamy, thick, and it brings out all the flavors that are supposed to be there. Also, a disclaimer, I make French press coffee quite frequently, so I really know what it tastes like. But for the sake of this video, I'm doing it for you. And I'm trying it black without creamer, so I can actually taste the coffee. You're welcome. So now we magically have our French press coffee, and now we're gonna give it the taste test. So let's see. We gotta pour it first though. Just gonna do a little bit. Okay, cheers. That's pretty good. I don't usually drink coffee black, but this was really good. Did not disappoint. It was creamy, thick, and it brought out the flavors. Definitely recommend that Rock House coffee. So there you have it. French press coffee is delicious. I already knew that, but that's okay. Now we're gonna move on to our next cup of coffee, and that is a cup of Keurig coffee. So the Keurig is another form of coffee that I drink quite frequently, especially if I'm running late. So let's brew this coffee and see what it tastes like. Didn't brew. So the Keurig makes coffee that tastes decently well. Like, I'm pretty impressed. And a lot of my friends use a Keurig as well, and my roommates. Okay guys, so now we have our beautifully brewed cup of coffee made from the wonderful Keurig. And so now let's taste and see how it tastes. So this coffee tastes very watery. It's definitely not as strong as the French press coffee, which never disappoints. It usually causes me to have more than 1 cup of coffee, which I'm not complaining about because I love coffee and that's totally fine for me. But also, we need to hydrate and drink water so we don't get headaches. So it's really a win-lose situation. Other than that, Keurig really just gets me through the day, and that's what we all need, right? Especially when I'm running out the door and I'm running late. However, it's definitely not my top choice. Now let's move on to espresso. Espresso is very popular. A lot of people like to go out and pay $5 on a cup of coffee with too much sugar and not enough coffee. So today we're taste testing 2 shots of espresso from Starbucks. Espresso is a lot stronger than drip coffee. The serving size is significantly different, but espresso has way more caffeine, as I mentioned earlier. Espresso tends to be a little bit more bitter than drip coffee, but that's probably why a lot of people buy Americanos or lattes to even out that taste. So when the espresso is pulled right, you should clearly be able to taste the coffee notes. So let's try this. Tastes great. So espresso is usually really good with some milk in it, or maybe a little bit of half and half, but it gets me through the day, and if I could afford it, I would buy coffee every day. But also, why not go out and buy coffee anyway? Because we need to get out of the house since we're all working from home. So that is my review on espresso from Starbucks. So now there's one last type of coffee we must try, and that is cold brew bought from Fred Meyer's. Cold brew coffee is very caffeinated, like very, very caffeinated. I usually can't drink it black, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna drink it without creamer just for you guys, and so you can get the best review on this coffee. So let's taste it, shall we? Gonna pour a little in there. Cheers. This coffee is definitely really strong, and I give props to those who can drink this black because I just can't. I need the creamer, and so we're gonna put in some Trader Joe's sweet cream creamer. Swirl that. Ooh, much better. So there you have it. Cold brew is really good with creamer, of course, and it's also very cost effective and doesn't really hurt your wallet. You can make cold brew at home, but I just bought this for the convenience because why not? Coffee is just so good. I love all the variations it comes in, from Keurig, from the French press, from espresso, from cold brew. It's all just so good. French press is my personal favorite because I just love a good cup of French press in the early mornings. And cold brew is really good on a hot summer day to cool you off and caffeinate you. Espresso is really good. I would make it every day if I had an espresso machine, but I don't. But I'll definitely spend money on it. Keurig is also really good. It's definitely last on my list, but it helps me on the days I'm rushing. But it still deserves love for providing me with decently good coffee. So there you have it. I really hope this video helped you distinguish what types of coffee to try and what tastes best based on my opinion. As always, I'm looking forward to making more videos over a cup of coffee with you. Cheers!